Hello friends, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at Vourlout's Lady in White Control Dragon Priest. Really interesessing list here. I love seeing, especially with a lot of priests experimenting with Resurrect and cloning gallery combo and things like that lately. It's good to see someone taking things in a little bit of a different direction. So what we have here is a very controlling priest deck. We see we've got Spirit Lashes, we've got Dusk Breakers, we've got Psychic Scream, of course. We have Shadowed Pain, Shadowed Death, and Shadow Visions to help find them. Very controlling deck. And the way that we're going to kill our opponent, the way that we're going to try and close the game out, is with Lady in White. So if you haven't seen this card before, casts Inner Fire on every minion in our deck, which sets their attack to be equal to their health. And basically every minion in our deck, except for a few, has higher toughness than it has power. So we're going to be dropping 12/12 Yseras, we're going to be dropping 8/8 Primordial Drakes, 9/9 Nightscale Matriarchs, these huge minions, which will hopefully overload our opponent on their removal, on their hard removal especially. The other option for late game is we've got Shadow Reaper Anduin in here, which we can use to grind our opponent out. We've got Ysera in here for a little bit of extra value. So in order to get to that late game, we mentioned we've got the Dusk Breakers, we've got the Spirit Lashes, we've got a lot of individual single targeted control as well, and we've got a lot of dragon themes going on. So we've got the Dusk Breaker, as we mentioned, we've got Twilight Acolyte as well, which can combo with the Cabal Shadow Priest, and in order to activate those cards, we've got those Nightscale Matriarchs, Primordial Drakes, and Yseras. One interesting card, Vourlout, I hope I'm saying that right, Vourlout has chosen to include is a Singleton Nightmare Amalgam. I would have thought that with 2 Dusk Breakers, 2 Nightscale Matriarchs, 2 Primordial Drakes, 1 Ysera, that we would have enough dragon enablers. But I guess Vourlout has decided that they wanted to hedge a little bit more, get another one in there, and they've chosen Nightmare Amalgam, not Nightscale Matriarch. They've chosen Nightmare Amalgam, I assume, just to be a nice body to drop early, that we can trade with, just another presence in that early game to help us transition to that late game. Other than that, we've got a couple of other cards in here. Of course, we've got Northshire Cleric Powered Shields to give us some momentum in the early game. We've got some Tar Creepers to slow the game down as well, and also great once we transition into Lady in White. We've got one of Mass Dispel to help us punch through a lot of those boards out there. Mass Dispel is just proving invaluable right now against the metagame. We've got Tortolan Shellraisers in here as well, just another nice toughness creature, slow the game down, that kind of stuff. So like many of the priest decks out there, we have not played them before. We're not big on control priests, so we're still working our way around the archetype, but we're going to jump into some games with Vourlout's deck. We hope that we're going to do well, and hopefully we're going to get some learns as well as getting some wins. So we'll see you soon.
Light shall bring victory.
Okay, here against the Warlock, we can keep Shadowed Pain. Should have a target against most decks. Maybe we should keep the Acolyte Nightscale Matriarch in case it's even. Or we can send back the Nightscale Matriarch. Try and head, very aggressive mulligan, but hope that we can hit either earlier game plays, or if we do mulligan back into these late game dragons, then we have an activator for the Twilight Acolyte. So risky mulligan here. We did get a Tar Creeper, which is going to be great if it is Zoo. Still no dragons. I think we can fire off a Spirit Lash into this board. Feel pretty happy about it. Kind of stymie our opponent's momentum. But they got a good follow-up here. Oh, just Direwolf Alpha. No Happy Ghouls? Once again, this is exactly where a Duskbreaker would put the game out of reach for our opponent, I would say. Trades the wood.
Someone
Call of Duty. Heals face, not heals. Okay, our opponent's on some. Opponent's got some ideas. Now let's see what happens. What are we facing down? Doomguard, Dreadlord. Oh, Life Drinker. Still no Happy Ghoul? Still no Happy Ghoul. We'll hold this Duskbreaker for a little bit longer.
Tortola, preserve us!
Next turn, if our opponent doesn't do anything too scary, maybe if they go for a tap and some other junk, we might just coin out this Matriarch. This thing is going to... Ooh, yuck.
Shells up!
Second Psychic Scream or a Death? Or another Shadow Visions? What are we trying to find with Shadow Visions? I think we'll just take a Death.
Meddlesome insects!
How long can this
Unbuffed Chain Gang.
can this go on?
Tap. Our opponent's got plenty of resources. Ugh. Playing this Matriarch turns off both these Acolytes. It's not great, but this body could just rule the board. Even if they silence it, it's still just colossal. There's the Doomguard. Shadow Flame. Interesting. It's a great draw.
Is someone injured?
Be gone!
Is someone injured?
Extraordinary.
Extraordinary indeed. Can't see our opponent doing too much about this. Hellfire's real. Hellfire and Shadow Flame in this Zoo deck. Wow.
Why do you call
Built for the mirror. Take another death.
Be gone!
Once again, this Nightscale Matriarch just taking command of the battlefield. Soul Infusion. Gearing up for another punch with the Doubling Imp.
Stop copying me!
You call that?
And Daddy Dark Iron Dwarf. All these fours.
What was lost
Be
can be
gone!
found again.
Be gone!
I'm actually going to heal myself here. Especially if our opponent's trying to
Mushroom
gear up. Yeah. Dead to Leroy. Dead to Shadow Flame. No, wait. Only hits minions. Alright. We got a lot of work to do. So we could Psychic Scream, heal ourselves. Still dead to any charge minion. Or we could Twilight Acolyte, steal this this one's health, Shadow Word Paint it, heal ourselves. They have 2 on board, so we're dead to the other Dark Iron Dwarf.
I must consider.
Nick! Oh, a shadow.
Quickly. Extraordinary.
So the only thing this puts us dead to that we weren't dead to before, that we weren't dead to on 4 health, is Dark Iron
Mind
Dwarf.
if I roll need?
Loot Hoarder.
It's playtime.
Finally we hit the happy goal.
Run away! Run away!
We'll play the Twilight Acolyte, so if they tap, they die. If they, as in, if they tap and don't find a thing that kills us immediately, i.e. the second Soulfire, a Leroy, the second Doomguard. Ooh, Fungal Enchanter. Ah, that's really good. Dragon, come on, dragon off the top. That's a dragon. We like that.
Run away!
Wolfie Hawk, what's going on? How we doing? We're doing great. We are doing great.
Meddlesome insect.
We just need to fade. 1 more draw step. Soulfire, Doomguard. Our opponent, I think, is a reasonable chance to have it here. So I'm not going to be too disappointed if we take a L here, Wolfie. But we do get the win. Good luck, Charm Wolfie. You made us fade like 5 different draw steps. GG. Okay, up against Shaman. I expect we're going to see not an aggressive list. I expect Shutterwalk or even Shaman. We have seen Elemental Shaman crop up, that Valumental Shaman that was posted up on Hearthstone is getting particularly popular. We've got a nice draw here, especially if our opponent doesn't come out too aggressive, and we've even got Lady in White as well. So slow the board down, got a board clear, so we could be okay. What's going to be scary is if our opponent's on Shutterwalk. I think we'll just take the Powered Shield here. But yeah, if our opponent's on Shutterwalk, which they could very well be,
Let the pain speak to me.
he is going to get a little complicated.
Meddlesome insect.
Let's just get on board. Could also just be some kind of controlling shaman with the Acolyte of Pain. We definitely don't want to run into... Ooh. Yeah, that's what we didn't want, is an early chain gang. An early buffed chain gang, more importantly. Okay.
Is someone injured?
Beware the shadow.
So we've got our Lady in White, we've got our Anduin, but I'm still not particularly confident that we can close a game out before Shutterwalk closes our game out.
Pain speak to me.
Earthshock.
What was lost can be found again. Right away. Right away.
Alright, so Lady in White is online. But we did give up the chance to Shadow of Pain, the Acolyte of Pain.
Medicine insects.
Hush now.
It's possible we should not be projecting this Lady in White as much, so that we can play Shadow Reaper Anduin and not get it killed.
Such a perfect specimen.
Must consider.
Awaken, my children. Beware the shadow.
Hush now.
If they want to volcano this, I think we're fine with that, because we can follow up with the bigger matriarch, or just using it as an opportunity to resolve our Anduin.
Awaken, my children.
There's the Hex.
Engage PC 130 into dislocator. Nick! Oh, a shadow.
Grumble's pretty good. Healing Totem and
Engaging
MC
PC
tech.
130 into dislocator.
Okay. I think we'll go for the Anduin here, whilst we have a board that it doesn't
The light has been
kill anything of ours.
Run away!
We just gotta hope our opponent doesn't have too much more gas. I mean, they might just have the Shutterwalk in hand. And they've played a Zola, a Chain Gang, and a Grumble, so I think they're in go mode. Primordial Drake, eh? Oh, if they didn't have it, hopefully putting some trash in their deck has made it worse. So, Shutterwalk with Primordial Drake? Ah, okay. Okay. This is like the Shutterwalk deck that's trying to lock you out of board space.
Darkness speaks to me.
Tortola, preserve us!
But if you have the Primordial Drake, then I guess it just kills all the chests? So maybe it's just like a chest value Shutterwalk. So you can win while you... So you got a Marin. But if they have MC Tech, then the MC Tech just takes control of the chests? How confusing.
My jaws that bite.
Okay, so we're gonna go again. So now, so they got the good. No, now the MC Tech's gone.
Shells up!
Save me, Wondrous Wand. Well, that's pretty good.
I dream.
Maybe we shouldn't have done that, considering our opponent has 100 mind control decks in their Battlecry field. In their Battlecry pool. Oh, just hope that they hit all these chests, I guess.
My jaws that bite, my claws that catch.
And that we don't die to...
My jaws that bite, my claws that catch.
No! Damn it, it's exactly how our opponent drew it up.
My jaws that bite, my claws that
Dead?
catch.
How many life drinkers were there?
My jaws that bite,
Oh, come on!
that catch.
Come on! Alright. Well, they have a full hand, so if we crack any of these chests, that's okay. Wondrous Wand. Again? Alright. See if our opponent can spin the wheel incorrectly. They still have a Shuttlewalk left, right? Like their Zola went in the correct order. I was too busy paying attention to the mind control tech order.
My jaws
Yeah,
that
we still have a
bite,
Shuttlewalk.
my claws that catch.
Oh, come on.
My jaws that bite, my claws that catch.
Well, they still only have one Marin in the pool, right? So I guess we just get killed by the life drinkers this turn.
One for all and all for me.
My jaws that bite, my claws.
Come on, MC Tex. What are you doing? There we go. No. Oh my god. Punished by this mind control tech.
Almost out of cards.
Let me change your mind.
Yeah. I think we'll concede this one.
No. Your victory.
Interesting deck from our opponent with the Primordial Drakes and the chests. I've seen a similar thing where you use Void Ripper to crack all the chests, which is significantly cheaper than Primordial Drake. I've also seen decks where you don't crack the chest, you don't play MC Tech or anything like that. You just try and lock your opponent out by filling their board with chests, but our opponent on something a little bit different. It was really cool. GG's.
Your soul shall be mine.
The
All
light
right.
shall bring victory.
Here against the Warlock. So we can expect a variety of different Warlock decks. I think we'll keep the Spirit Lash in case it is Zoo, and Shadow Visions will help us if it's even. We can use Shadow Visions to go find a Shadow of Death, or possibly another Spirit Lash if it is Zoo. No Northshire Cleric today.
Truth is found in death.
Yeesh. Keloseth gonna do a bit of a job here. Death or Psychic Scream? I think we might have to take Psychic Scream. And hope that our Spirit Lash, Shadow Word Pain can kind of get us to turn 6-ish. So depending on what our opponent does here, we might go for Powered Shield on Keloseth and then Shadow Word Pain. A frustratingly sized Flame Imp right there. Tark Reaper comes down for hopefully a bit of the save. Hopefully our opponent doesn't have like a Spellbreaker here.
Your magic shall not save.
There it is. Okay, second Spirit Lash could be pretty helpful, but taking 8 here, going to 13, like, see if our opponent wants to step on the gas. I think a Doomguard or a Leroy here would actually be a really strong play. I think we want to play this Twilight Acolyte and get an extra heal off of our Spirit Lash.
Nick! Oh, a shadow.
We are pretty dead. We're dead to Leroy Soulfire. The chain gang? It's like the best case scenario if they chain gang. They don't want to.
Let me change your mind.
Run away!
Well played.
Yeah, so they got it. Oh, Soul Infusion Reckless Rocketeer. Play to our opponent. Yeah. Unfortunately, that definitely a game where we needed to draw Duskbreaker. Duskbreaker at any point would have allowed us to turn the corner a little bit quicker. But our opponent played really well and never committed more than they had to the board. So GG's to our opponent. Okay, we are here with Vourlout's Control Priest, Dragon Lady in White Control Priest. We've played a couple of games with it. Overall, I think this was a really fun deck to play. It has a lot of nice options, both with the late game options in Lady in White, turning your deck into just big beastly creatures, Shadow Reaper Andrew, and also as a way to kind of nickel and dime your opponent out of the game. We did kind of struggle against a couple of aggro decks. It feels like we have to lean really heavily on Duskbreaker, and I think if I were to take this deck back into the ladder, play another couple of games with it, I think that I would probably change my mulligan strategy and probably mulligan much more aggressively for Duskbreaker, especially in those Warlock matchups. We're not seeing as much even Warlock as we have previously. Other than that, the Nightmare Amalgam actually did come in useful. It did activate our dragons in a spot where we really needed it to. So I think that that's a good pick from Vourlout. And other than that, I think we would just like to tinker with some individual card choices and maybe look at the metagame. But overall, fantastic deck. Big shout out to Vourlout for this one. If you are watching the video on YouTube, all the links are down in the description, including link over to the Hearthstone deck article. Jump over there. Give them a +1, leave a lovely, thoughtful comment, as I know you will. All my details will be in the description as well, including a link over to Twitter. That's the best place to catch me, at Tommy_Wave, or Instagram, at Tommy_Wave_. If you've got a deck you want me to play, drop it off over there. And until next time, stay safe, stay wavy, eat the rich. Bye.